Okay, Melbourne, it's time once again for Under Melbourne Tonight. So open the curtains, turn the lights and put the phone back on the hook because it's time to go down and meet the gang. There's the man in the middle, Stephen Hall, meet up with Tony Biggs as he talks new music releases. Take a peek at what's new in the world of cinema with James Hounddog. Clown around with Dr. Andy as she creates science mayhem. Come face to face with Rastus when he chats to Matt Parkinson. Stuart Round isn't with us this week, unfortunately, but you can treat yourselves to some gourmet delights with our cooking Keely Smith and Carlos Raven completing the fridge out. There's live music with Superior Butcher, stand-up comedy with Brad Oakes and a whole lot more, and now it's over to the maestro himself, Stephen!
Yo, homeboy. Bust a move and fight the power, won't you? Welcome to the show. It's 9:30 on Channel 31, and of course, welcome to the Best of the Footy Show. Let's hear it, Best of the Footy Show. I'm joking, of course. Welcome to Under Melbourne Tonight. This is live on Channel 31. My name's Stephen Hall. Stick with us because we've got an enormous show, a show almost too good to be on public television, but not quite. We've got a special guest comedian in. We've got Brad Oakes coming in, do a bit of comedy. We've got a very special mystery guest on the Complete Waste of Time segment. So stick around for that. He's a mystery guest and he's very special as well, which I just mentioned just then. Now, during the week, I went past a Captain Snooze store, as you do, and I thought, Captain Snooze, there's this jolly old naval captain asleep with a hat over his eyes and his head's coming out of his mouth. I thought, what is his story anyway? What's he doing? What's the background? What's the real man behind the cartoon? So I did some research. Apparently he was in the Navy. Captain Snooze, Captain Emeritus Snooze. That's his name. He was a brilliant officer. Could have gone all the way to the top. He could have been Admiral Snooze, except for one very, very unfortunate incident earlier on this century. See, Captain Snooze was the captain of the Titanic. And what happened was, when the Titanic infamously, of course, hit the iceberg, everyone died, etc., etc. You know why? He was asleep. He was asleep at the wheel. Hopeless. Hopeless. And now, at the other end of the century, they're naming betting chain stores after him. A little bit tasteless? I think so. Not many people know that, because it's not true in any way. News has been happening throughout the week. John Major and his government in England have come under attack for spending, enormous spending on government perks and lurks and things like that. From 1989-90 to the present day, it is estimated that the major government has spent $1.2 million on wine. No, it's true. No, he's got this opposition person called Labor MP Alan Milburn. Yep, that's his name. And he's going, no, Mr. Major, this is just not on. For $1.2 million, you could buy 500 cataract removals. You could buy 100 coronary bypass operations. That's all very well and good, but Mr. Milburn, if you're watching, Labor MP Alan Milburn, hi, how you going? Look, suggesting to Johnny Major to buy 500 million quintillion coronary bypass operations instead of bottles of wine is stupid. Stupid, I tell you. That's crazy talk. It'll never work. You can't serve coronary bypass operations with biscuits and cheese. You can't do that. You can't serve them with little bowls which are divided in half, and on one side you've got chips, on the other side you've got beer nuts. Crazy talk. Other news. John Brumby, oh right, this is cool. I have to quote here, because John Brumby this week, with a couple of other people from the Labor Party, they recorded a single billing themselves as Victoria's answer to the Three Tenors, and it's about anti-Jeff song. Anyway, this is what happened on the day. Okay, John Brumby said, and I quote, "I'm Jose Carreras today." Jose begins with a J. J for John. I'm Jose Carreras. Thanks very much, John Brumby. I love your work. We're in safe hands. Thanks very. I don't have anything to say about that except, huh? All right. Also, just rounding up the opening comments of the show. Big show. Did I mention that? I think I might have. The Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, has won a lottery. She won $20 because she likes a flutter. She went in a syndicate with 20. This is true. It was in the Herald Sun, so it must be true. She went in a flutter with a 20-member syndicate from the royal family. She won $20. They got $1 each. She said she's going to go on a holiday. She's going to buy a house with the rest and give the rest to charity. Thanks very much, Queen. Love your work. You're one of my favourite old queens. And I've got a few. Now, Time to move along with the show. Under Melbourne tonight, we're going to start off. Welcome to the show. I'm Stephen Hall. Did I mention that? I might have. Now, it's time to start off, as we always do, go into the gourmet segment of the show. Keely's Kitchen with Keely and Carlos. Keely's Kitchen.
Well, it's getting on to Christmas time, and of course Christmas time means party time.
It does indeed,
Means
Keely.
fun times.
It does indeed.
Means fondue.
Fondue. Fondue, I think you mean, Keely. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. A little bit
Correct.
of fondue for your festive season. So, Keely, what do we, you any ideas about it, or should I go ahead with it?
Well, I thought we searched our fridges. We did the special holiday season fondue where you get all the stuff out of the fridge that you've been in there for quite some time.
Pretty much, you know, when you go on holidays and you do everything else, you sort of cancel the milk, cancel the papers, you put the dog out, all that sort of stuff, you always forget to clean out the fridge of those perishables. They're always left there and they're a little bit wrinkly when you get home. We're going to find a use for them tonight. We don't like to throw anything away here on Under Melbourne Tonight, the gourmet section. We like to put it in the pot. So, we put it in the pot tonight and we're going to use it. So, what have you brought in, Keely? What did you find in your fridge?
Well, I found some old mayonnaise, which is always a favourite.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that.
Oh, lovely. I don't know if we can...
Have you got any of that?
Just give you... No, I didn't bring any mayonnaise. Didn't find any. But what I did find, Keely, was some of the curry porridge we cooked grand final morning. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
We'll just pop a little bit of that in there.
Yum, that'll make a
There we
nice
go.
flavour as well. What about some skim milk natural yoghurt?
Oh, indeed, Keely.
Got some of that?
Actually, Keely, I think I bought some... I found some in there somewhere. Just down here.
My use by date's December. What's yours?
September.
I love it when it all goes, you know.
That'll give it a bit of bite, Keely. Oh, dear.
Now,
Lovely.
ugh, it's probably better to wear gloves when you're doing this, actually.
No, it's all nutritious, healthy.
Taco sauce,
Taco sauce.
always a favourite.
When you get that little bit of mould on
Yeah,
the top.
you've always
type thing.
got some of that in the back of the fridge.
Lovely. We'll just sort of stick
Ugh.
that round there. The
Cheese,
Keely.
cheese, yes, I've got cheese.
The mould on the cheese, just cut that off. We'll just nip that off there, off the front. And the little bit on the side, you always get that, and just down that bottom edge there. That's it. Now that cheese is fine now. Chuck all that in.
Oh, your old hard bits. Your old hard bits.
Lovely. That'll give it a little bit of texture.
Because
when it
cheese
breaks
is
up.
always nice, yeah, because it makes it smooth and creamy, which is always a good look. Now,
What else we got here, Keely? An egg.
no,
You always
many
get
eggs.
that one egg left, don't you? I mean, you just never quite find the use of it. The use by date, of course,
October.
October. What are we now?
So everything has to be out of date, does it, Carlos? Or
It gives it that extra flavour, that bite. It gives a... It's just like what people used to do at Easter time, before Lent. They
crack
have
it.
Pancake Tuesdays. Or just crack it as we talk. Oh, there we go. Drop a bit of shell in there. We'll get that out because that's a little bit too crunchy.
Now, an old favourite with some nice old parsley stuck to it is the cheddar cheese spread. Used by date, April. Chop that.
Lovely.
Woo!
Now
We
what
get
hap-
that nice green sort of,
Lovely. Doesn't it just melt in your mouth, Keely?
it's got big orange things in it as well. That's protein, isn't it? That sort of stuff that stops you getting the cold, getting the flu and that kind of thing.
It is. I mean, we like to include all food groups in our meals, of course. We've got the dairy products, we've got the cereals, of course, with the porridge,
And the old spaghetti bowl,
the spaghetti bolognese.
that bit of meat, that bit of protein.
Excellent. And of course, we like to put a little bit of fruits and vegetables in as well. Now,
Yep,
Keely,
I've got some parsley.
I found a couple of bananas down the back
Oh,
there
great.
somewhere. These are ripe, Keely. Indeed. You can tell just by the ripeness.
Ugh,
We'll just let you get the parsley there.
bit slimy, but
Pop that in. Just a little bit, just for colouring. You know. Best way I find with the ripe bananas, Keely, is not to actually peel them. Just slice off the top. I don't know if we can get a close-up of that. And just squeeze it in. That.
oh, Carlos, look at the colour of this cream. Maybe we can get a
Indeed.
shot of the colour of this crepe. Yum.
Pop a bit of cream in.
Ooh.
Lots of mixed herbs.
Yeah.
Which is, ooh.
Carlos adds those special herbs to most things he cooks, don't you, Carlos?
Oh,
Especially when
indeed.
it's a party.
And it's just about time to give it a bit of a stir. Now we've got the naked flame here. We haven't got the proper fondue set tonight, but what we are going to do, I don't know if we can see it there.
Yep.
How's that? Now we'll just let that warm up.
Now, do you want to hold that?
You can hold that. You can give that a little bit of a stir if you like, Keely. We need something, of course, to dip into the pot once it's warm. Now we found some carrots. I don't know if we can quite get a shot of that one as well. We'll just slice those up.
Whoops.
Very nice, Carlos. Say. So now you can go away for your holiday and comfortably turn the fridge off, knowing that you've used all those old things.
And knowing that when you come back, you'll have a meal ready and waiting. We'll just dip a little bit of that in. Well, that's about all from the kitchen tonight.
That's about it. Now, if you want the recipes, of course, you can write in.
Indeed.
We'd love to send it to you. Write into the following address.
Send your letters to Keely's Kitchen. Oh, God, care of RMI TV, Post Office Box 12566, Beckett Street, Melbourne 3000.
Thanks very much, Keely. Thanks very much, Carlos. Maybe later. Oh, yes, yeah, why not? Okay. What did you think, Fredo? What do you mean, don't be stupid, I can't talk? Time now to welcome our studio band. They're in here. They're in here tonight to perform the very first song they ever performed, which is not entirely true. This is Superior Butcher. The song's called Welcome Chaos. Superior Butcher.
Death of the universe, just too much to handle. Throw a match, gonna burn like a candle. Last cigarette, now there's nothing left to drink. Could be why I'm finding it so hard to think. some sort of curse. All the leaves are withered right here on my tree. Oh, it seems there is no longer any respite here for me.
Hi there, if you've just tuned in, you're watching Under Melbourne Tonight, so put that remote control down and keep watching.
Oh, Superior Butcher with Welcome Chaos. Time now. You okay? Good. Time now for the Dr. Andy Science segment.
Oh, right. I just realised what that theme music was. It's Doctor.
Give me the
Thank
news.
you, Ben. I just realised after a couple of weeks. Right, look, Stephen, I've been genetic engineering in the laboratory.
Again.
And I've got something fabulous for you. I have a voice-activated banana that I've been doing some genetic engineering on.
I never thought I'd see it in my lifetime.
Well, look, do you remember that old primary school gag where you make a fist, right, and put a banana and then you say wing wing?
Wing wing.
And then, you know, I go hello, but we won't do that because it's really a tacky old primary school kid gag. But look, I want to show you my voice-activated banana.
I want to see it.
Okay, now it's going to be activated by your voice. You're going to say to this banana, hey, let's split.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay. Now?
Talk to the banana.
Talk to the banana.
Talk to the banana.
Hey, let's split.
Okay, let's see if that worked. As we undo the banana, and let's have a look and see if in fact the voice-activated banana works.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
I have this power.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
The banana split.
You wouldn't read about it.
That's amazing.
I said that
I
before.
know.
Yeah, we got, yes.
Now,
How?
that was, let's do that again.
Let's
Is
in slow motion?
An intact banana, Stephen? It's a little bit wet.
I'm with you.
It's an intact banana. Can you verify that for the
I
audience out
verify
there?
this is a perfectly normal banana.
Okay, say the words again.
In slow motion?
Yep. I think they need to to, hey, let's split.
Yes.
Let's see if this banana, intact banana, let's get a close-up of that intact banana, just so that this is
Perfectly
not
normal.
trick television. This is not trick television.
No.
Repeat, this is not trick.
We don't have a budget.
Okay, we don't have a budget for that sort of thing. That's exactly right. And
No, we
let's
just
have a
don't
look
have a
and
budget at
see
all.
if this banana, look at this.
Oh, it's a regular, normal.
It's a regular split
I did a
banana.
vertical one. I
You
did a vertical one.
You have amazing powers.
Thanks,
you truly do. You have amazing powers. And in actual fact, this is a science segment. This isn't a magician segment. And, well, I guess I tell you,
Why is it so?
thanks, Stephen, because I'm not a magician. No. Yes, defying all magicians' convention.
Am I?
Well,
for a
I
moment,
always think you're magic, Stephen.
Go along with you. I always,
All right, how did I do
I
that?
thought for a moment I was really cool.
At your next dinner
well.
party, well, you're a cool banana.
Ah,
Here's B1 and there's B2.
how did you do it, Dr. Andy?
Well, okay, this is a bit of topology. It's actually
Oh.
science. What I did was I did a little bit of surgery on this banana. Now, what you do, and you can do this at your next dinner party, and hey, won't you be the fabulous one? What you do is you get a needle and you squish it into the banana and you swish it around, sort of like slicing it, do you get what I mean?
and you push it in and you slice it around, and that's in fact how you do it. And so you've got only tiny little pinpricks, but really topologically the banana is still intact.
Topologically?
That's the science that it belongs to, topology, but just call it the banana gag, all right?
Banana
So
gag,
the
the
banana gag, and swishing the needle around. So when you open it, and we'll do that again.
Sliced.
It's already sliced.
Because
And
you've
this
done the work with the pin.
I've done the work with the pin,
put in the hard
but the
yards.
banana has been intact. Look at all this sliced banana. Fabulous. Okay, I've also been genetically engineering a fish, and I have it here. And isn't it amazing? I wonder if we could get a little closer with that. This little fish looks a little bit like
Wait a
Stephen.
minute.
It's got little red hair, and it's got little purple pants,
And arms and
it
legs.
just happens to
You'll
look a
make
little
a
bit like
million.
Stephen. But Stephen, this is a voice-activated fish.
Thought it might be.
And what are we going to do is that on your command of get it down.
Hang on, so am I doing the banana one anymore? I can't remember.
Oh, not let's speak. Get it down.
Get it down.
You know, have you ever seen that like Relax with Max song? And like then he says, get it on up. Right?
Get on up.
But we're going to go down first. So,
Okay.
yep. Okay, so
Right.
if we can get a, we're going to get a close up of Stephen. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, little me.
On your command, Stephen. On your command.
Get it down!
There he goes. He's going
Wow.
down. And now, anytime you're ready, if you want to get it up, just get it up.
Get on up,
Get on
Get
up.
on
There
the
it is.
scene.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he's travelling. Isn't that the
responded to my
cutest?
poor
He's wearing
James Brown
the
impression.
cutest little hat. And I'll just do that again on your voice command. Oh, he's flipping
Oh,
around.
do it
Sorry,
with a
face
mouthful?
the camera there. Do it with a mouthful of
Get
banana.
down,
It still works.
baby.
Look at the voice activation. Still works
Get
with
down,
a
you mutant
mouthful
fish
of
with a silly
banana. And do you want to bring it
Get
up?
on up,
Okay, right. Oh, look, we just revealed something on camera which I didn't want to show you until the next stage of the science
sprung
segment.
bad, mate.
But look, you're going to ask me that
Dark
question.
in here, isn't it?
You're going to ask me that question.
Dr. Andy?
Yeah. Thanks, band. Why is it so resounding from the band? I'm glad you asked. Well, I just brought in something to demonstrate why.
Wait
it's
a
so.
minute.
Now, this is a mega overdose size syringe.
With
And,
friends like you, who needs enemies?
All I can say is ha 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 ha. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to. What was it before? That's a trade laboratory secret. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill one syringe with air. There we go.
Okay.
Filling it with studio air.
Chock full of air.
Okay, chock full of air. Going to put my finger over the edge. Going to see if I can compress that. And if we get a close-up of, just with a close-up camera using this great technology, I can in fact compress air. You can see even with my little weak little feeble deltoids, I can in fact. What are those ones
That
up
was my
there?
favourite cartoon,
Was
Eyes of
it-
Hercules,
I don't know. Are they all? With the big ones up the shoulders.
Yeah, and the
that
rhinoceros
women
fires
don't have
stones
big
out of
ones
his
on.
horns.
I can compress air, but should I do the same experiment with water? Okay, here we go. We're drawing up some water. This is very hard to do. It's quite a bit of a vacuum there. Oh,
Everybody okay?
everybody okay? Okay.
Good.
Now here we have,
Everybody
I'll
happy?
just get the air out of it. Now they always do this in the movies. It's actually gets the air bubbles out, just in case you wanted to know. Oops. Now, what I'll do is I'll put my finger over the edge and try and compress water.
It's a boy.
The question, viewers, is can we compress water? My God, this is exciting science.
Can we do what
Can
we
we
did
do it?
with air?
Let's
with
try.
the
Let's try. No, we can't.
gonna
We
go everywhere, isn't it?
cannot compress water. It's
gonna make an embarrassing stain on my trousers, isn't it?
It is. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon there. Oh, look, we syringed your ear.
Everybody crazy.
We can't compress water. So let's go back to the experiment. Let's take it back. This is okay. This is like curiosity show stuff, and I apologise for that. But hey, it's very important. Like when you're going to be a magician, you kind of know how it works. Can we get a close up of the actual eyedropper that's in this particular?
You mean it wasn't a genetically engineered fish that looks like
Well,
me?
what we're doing is when we press, did you see my fingers actually at the sides? It actually press, and that's when the thing goes down. So whenever you said get it down, that was my cue to
I
press.
thought it was the magic of my
What's
voice.
actually happening is I'm compressing the air inside the little eyedropper there,
Yep.
and because I'm compressing the air, it pushes away less water and it sinks. Now, if you want to try this one at your next dinner party, but you can't find that elusive eyedropper you used for your last flu, do it with a pen cap.
Oh, yeah.
And all you need to do is put a bit of blue tack at the bottom. Let's get a close-up of that pen cap. Bit of
Yellow tack.
yellow tack, actually. Right, close-up of the pen there. Hello, up there. Thank you. And you can just do it with a pen. But
down
make
to
sure you keep a bit of air in there, because remember, it's the air that we compress when we are squashing the squeeze in the bottle. Isn't that exciting? And you can have a voice-activated pen cap.
Yeah. At your
Isn't
next
it
dinner
just
party.
great?
You're ready to
Try
do
it
dinner
too.
party. Okay, do you do all these things
Yeah.
at dinner party?
I do all these things at dinner parties.
When are you going to do that water?
Nothing, but
Okay.
I had some good ideas. So there you go, voice-activated banana, voice-activated little fish that you can do at your next dinner parties. And what a hoot you'll be.
Oh, no, unreal.
Unreal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Andy.
See you later.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Time now to welcome to the folds of Under Melbourne tonight, here in the bowels of RMI TV, a very, very close personal friend of mine. We've been friends for years. He's our special guest comedian tonight. He's hot, he's young, he's sexy, he's raunchy, he's got a really cool hat on at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brad Oakes.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. I got in trouble with the mafia recently. I was teasing them. I was saying, blokes with no neck. Look to yourself, Bradford. And they retaliated in that very mafia way. They waited till I was drunk and asleep. And they put a horse's head in my bed. And I woke up in the morning, hungover, and I saw this very gruesome horse's head in my bed. And I looked at it and I thought, Jesus, I've eaten nearly a whole horse. I couldn't get the head down because it's really crunchy. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up on a farm on the land of this great country of ours. The first 5 years of my life, sadly, we lost our farm in a flood. I can still remember the trauma as a 5-year-old boy of watching my father poring over the insurance policy on the kitchen table. Watching the... Whoa, professional. Watching my father poring over the insurance policy on the kitchen table only to find that we weren't insured against floods. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to set fire to a wet farmhouse while a cameraman is talking. But it's very tricky. Thanks, buddy. I was in a nightclub the other night, and I noticed in the nightclub, because I wear a lot of black, I noticed in the nightclub that when you get under that purple ultraviolet light that they've spent so much money on, me and all my mates look at each other and we go, you're Lamington. Because it shows up all the lint on your clothing. I came out of the nightclub and I noticed outside that I'd lost my keys. I was looking for my keys, and these cops came along and they said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm looking for my keys, and they offered to help me. And after a couple of minutes, this young cop says, this is no good, we'll never find the keys, it's too dark. And I said, well, why don't you use your flashlight? So he starts belting me with his flashlight. And I said, I don't think that'll help. Why don't you just press the little button? And so he pressed the button and this beam of light came out of the torch. And he goes, Jesus, Sarge, have a look at this. I didn't know it did that. When I was a kid, I put my name down to do karate, secretly thinking my mother wouldn't let me do karate. Not only did she let me do it, she did that terrible thing that parents can do, that very treacherous thing. She made my karate outfit for me. It looked like a real one. I turn up on the first day, I've got the only pink karate suit in the whole place. That's what my parents used to do. They weren't into corporal punishment or grounding us. My mother would just threaten to make me some jeans. Or Dad had threatened to make me a billy cart. He gave me a billy cart. He said, there you go, son. He was very proud of it. What do you think? And I said, I think it's been inappropriate for an 18-year-old boy. He's a good man, not very clever. Now, you're probably looking at me thinking, why did he give up modelling? Well, it's the bitchiness and my inability to contract a complete eating disorder. Sure, I've got one half of bulimia nervosa. There's just no way I can purge. Now, I've been very good. I haven't sworn tonight. I haven't said any of those naughty words. I actually had a job where I never used to swear. I used to work for a nun at Melbourne University. But she didn't realise that I wasn't swearing. She just thought I was retarded. That I could never finish my sentences. Like, my computer wouldn't be working, and she'd say, what's wrong with your computer? And I'd go, oh, it's... Thank you very much.
Brad Oakes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away, Brad. Are you still there, Brad?
I'm still here, Steve.
Okay.
I'm just punching the, you know what, out of the cameraman.
Yes, I know. Sorry?
No, it's right, he's dead.
He's not alive anymore. Okay.
No,
Now,
much.
Brad, if people want to come and see you, are you gigging anywhere around the traps?
I sure am. I just was then, actually, Steve.
Right. Where was that?
I'm doing a Christmas show at the Star and Garter Hotel in South Melbourne with with Steph Torrick and Christine Basil, very funny people. Hi guys. On Sundays and Mondays, starting a week. It's called A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's a country and western Christmas. It's very cheap. You should come down and see it. And I'm doing other gigs around the place also, and I'm looking for work.
Okay.
Hi. I just got back from Edinburgh, you see, and I haven't got any work.
Oh, well, what was going on in Edinburgh then?
Oh, there's a festival, but apparently that's in August. I missed it.
Damn.
That's the main thing. I saw where the laughs were.
Right, good. Well, yeah, there was one over there. All right. Thanks very much, Brad, and go along and see Brad Oakes at the Star and Garter in the Christmas show. Cheers. It's time now to go to the movies with everybody's favourite little movie buff, James the Hound Dog.
Ah yes, thank you very much. Welcome to Under Melbourne tonight, another film review with myself, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news. As you should know by now, the role of a film reviewer is actually to tell you what films not to see, rather than tell you what films to see, because to save you money that way. And I was hoping to get a bad film. I was going to really cane Gump tonight, but unfortunately we couldn't get the clips for it, so I had to get a good movie. Yes, 2 weeks in a row. Last week it was Pulp Fiction, and this week Serial Mom, the new film from John Waters. John Waters, of course, the king of bad taste, a man who started making films way back in 1964. He gave us, in 1972 he gave us the very famous Pink Flamingos, many of his films starring Divine. That, of course, the famous, I don't need to, you know about that. 1980-ish we were getting, 81 we got Polyester, was it? Where we had the first film with Odorama, with the scratch and sniff cards in it. Maybe it wasn't the first film, but it was one. And then, of course, 1990 was his most recent film with Johnny Depp, Crybaby. That was. So that's the the John Waters story, the king of bad taste, the man who shoots all his films in his hometown of Baltimore. Now, the film Serial Mom is kind of a comedy about a mother who is also a serial killer. She's got two sides to her personality. And who plays that? Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner, of course, she's made a couple of good films. Crimes of Passion, I think, is her best film, and you remember her from Romancing the Stone and everything else. But enough prattle, let's go into a quick clip where you get to see both the sort of lovely exterior of the mother figure, played by Kathleen Turner, but also the fact that she does like a bit of revenge if something pisses her off.
Wait for me, boys. Here, all rinsed and ready to recycle.
Good morning, Miss Sutton.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Sophie. You know, you boys work so hard for the environment, I thought I'd bring you something. A little drink never hurt anybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Damn, that's good stuff. You believe that damn litter bugger?
Oh, I have told her and told her. It takes 90 to 100 years for a tin can to decompose, and she still won't recycle.
Cost the taxpayers millions of dollars last year, but she don't care nothing about the national budget.
I hate Mrs. Ackerman.
I hate her, too.
I hate her guts. You know, somebody ought to kill her.
Yeah. Give her a happy face, and then recycle her.
For the sake of this planet, somebody just might.
Yes, indeed. There you have it, Kathleen Turner, perhaps plotting the death of a neighbour because they're not recycling. And I won't tell you the reasons why she kills other people in the film, except for one, which I thought was quite funny, her kid. See, she'll do anything to preserve the family values, the American family values, and her kid, Chip, works in a video shop, and one particular customer annoyingly doesn't rewind the videos, so they're in big trouble because she doesn't like it when they do those little things. And in that sense, interestingly enough, basically the serial killer in this film is the heroine. She's the one who makes us laugh, and Kathleen Turner's very good in the role. Now, importantly for John Waters fans, the film does feature some people we've seen before. Ricky Lake, who was in Hairspray, appears again as the daughter. Misty, what's her name? Mink Stoll, who's been in nearly all the John Waters films, makes another appearance as Dottie. She who receives some obscene phone calls, regular obscene phone calls from Kathleen Turner, and it's very funny to see Kathleen Turner swearing her head off down a phone quite regularly. And also someone who I've seen a lot of their films, Tracy Lords. She makes another appearance in this John Waters film, only in a bit role, unfortunately. I'll just mention that there's a band in this film. We get to see a gig or a concert with L7, the all-girl band, and they don't call themselves L7 in this. They call themselves the Camel Lips, and they sing a song called called Gas Chamber, which is actually co-written by L7 and John Waters. And importantly, and I thought this was quite funny, you always hear jokes about the fact that male heavy metal stars will put the armadillo down the front of the pants to impress the audience. Well, these girls, and it's deliberate in this film, they put practically VW bonnets down the front of their skin-tight pants, and that's something to behold, believe me. Interestingly enough, the film not only has L7, but also music from Barry Manilow, so we can rely on the old bad taste of the great man John Waters. And at this point, we'll have a look at another clip from the film Serial Mum, and this time we're looking at one of the trial sequences, which once again is making that point that seems to be made quite a lot in films of this year about the media circus that surrounds the would-be sort of criminal stroke hero heroine. Here we are from Serial Mum.
Serial Mum t-shirts, get them here, $12 while they last plus tax. MasterCard and Visa. I'll take 2. All right, ma'am. I wish they'd had something like this at the Kennedy kid trial. Sign right here, signature and home phone. You read about it in the paper. Serial Mom. She's Beverly Sutphin and she's my mom.
Well, listen, you tell Geraldo to go to hell, okay? I don't care what Jeffrey McDonald's people got. He's old news. We fly first class so we don't do the show. It's that simple.
Are you Chip Sutphin?
Hold on a sec. Yeah, I am, but you're gonna have to speak with my agent.
Your mom killed my brother. Come on. Come on.
God, jeez, man. That's cool. It's cool, all right? You call his brother, right?
That's right.
I'm sorry he's dead. But have you signed off yet?
You mean for TV or print?
TV, man. Suzanne Summers is interested in playing my mom.
Suzanne Summers? Who's gonna play my brother? Wonder if Jason Priestley's available.
Yes, and in fact Suzanne Summers does appear in the film, as does as juror number 8, would you believe it, Patty Hearst, and also we get Joan Rivers in the film as well. In a sense, the film's kind of making the same point as Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers, making a sort of a black comedy about the American obsession with villains. Only this film is a little bit more obviously funny and not quite as blackly humorous, if you know what I mean, because I found myself absolutely belly laughing during Natural Born Killers, but people thought I was a freak for doing that. At least in this film, everyone else is laughing, so you can enjoy Serial Mum for that reason. Now, the film starts on December the 2nd, which is not too far away. That's about a week, and it's only playing in Melbourne at the Valhalla Cinema, and they're expecting about a 10-week season. So you can only see it at the Valhalla there in High Street, Northcote, and it starts next Thursday. I do recommend you check it out because John Waters, he's not making the films where, you know, Divine's eating dog shit anymore, but nonetheless he's making reasonable pictures. And there's still some nice bad taste little touches that we can expect from John Waters. For example, there's just a bizarre scene where a woman, an old woman, has her dog lick her feet and lick her toes, which is just an unusual thing you don't see in Hollywood very often, but maybe you see it in Baltimore. Anyway, the final segment I'll show you, final clip I'll show you from Serial Mum is one from the trial scene where Kathleen Turner, as the serial mum, Beverly, is there facing her peers and in front of the jury, and she manages, as you'll see in this clip, to seduce her way out of many a tricky situation. I'm James the Hound Dog. I'll be back next week, and that's when you should be checking out Serial Mum. Check.
Rene Pickles. Mr. Pickles, were you in the men's room at the Antique Trade Mart on Saturday, May 15th?
Yes, I was.
Oh, hi. What was the rating? What was the share?
Did you see anyone in the booth next to you?
Oh, excuse me.
Mr. Pickles, did you see anyone in the booth next to you?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
There was nobody next to me.
Mr. Pickles, didn't you tell the grand jury that you looked down and you saw a pair of ladies' shoes in the booth next to you?
I just said what you told me to.
Perjury is a serious offense, Mr. Pickles.
I made it all up. I've never seen Beverly Sutphin in my life.
You'll pay for this, Marvin Pickles. Turning your file over to the Vice Squad. The prosecution rests.
Serial Mum. Kathleen Turner. Thanks very much, James Hound Dog. You're watching Under Melbourne Tonight on Channel 31. We're completely live. And it's time now to go back with our old buddy Superior Butcher, the Butcher Boys, the Superiors, the Soups, the SBs. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say SBs. Now, they're going to do a song. It's a cover version. It's raunchy, it's sexy. It's Dear Prudence, Superior Butcher.
Hi there, if you've just tuned in, you're watching Under Melbourne Tonight, so don't go away now.
Ah, yes. It's working a treat once again. Yeah, that was Superior Butcher there with Dear Prudence. And welcome to a complete waste of everybody's time. Yay. I'll introduce you in a sec, just wait a second. Now, I figured I haven't been wasting people's time quite enough, so I've got an extra special guest in here tonight. He's suave man about town and trivia host or trivia champion, Mr. Matt Parkinson.
Thanks, Rastus. It's great to be here. I really like being referred to as the very special guest. I feel like I should have like calipers on or something.
That's right, and we'll get you the bus later. We'll get you home somehow. No, what was I going to say? Look, I don't know. The midday show's just finished, and I thought they needed a new host. They've had this. They've had the Intelligent with Mike Walsh. They've had the Cuddly with Ray Martin, and they've had the Savage with Darren Hinch. What they need is some guy who just doesn't have a clue whatsoever. And I figure that's me. So what I'm going to do is ask you a few questions, like I'm a show host, and I'm going to ask you your thoughts on these. I actually got a passport application the other day from the post office, and at the very top it says, important, if you are filling in this form for someone else, remember to show their details and not yours. Aren't you proud to be Australian? No.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Always been proud to be Australian. Proud of our national sports like running up a hot sandhill in thongs. That was one I mastered as a child. That's a very important sport. And looking forward to the year 2000 when our nation will be on show. And those guys from King's Cross will be outside Homebush Stadium going, come on in, see the lady do it with the javelin, get your rocks off. That'll be exciting to see.
So that should be very big. Any other sports you can think of that might be big?
We're actually, dwarf throwing is probably making a few inroads, but what we really need is tiny little green and gold tracksuits to put the dwarves in if we're going to have it as an Olympic sport. Also kayak polo. We have 90 kayak polo clubs right here in Victoria. And
that's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. And most of them have trouble stopping the horse from shitting in the canoe. That's the difficult part.
Now, you're from Western Australia. I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
But what's with the Warriors?
I don't know.
What kind of name is that?
Apparently the cricket powers that be in this nation have decided that every team from now on should have a shithouse nickname for themselves.
And Western Australia certainly came up with one,
That's right,
didn't
the West Australian Warriors. So they're actually going to go out to bat now in those helmets with like pointy horns coming off like the Vikings have. It's going to be in shields instead of thigh pads. Like
so
just a
like the fat
broadsword.
lady can sing at the end of the game.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly, yeah.
That'd be beautiful.
Dame Joan Sullivan will bat about number 10 for us, I think.
And my next question is, why does my video remote control have an eject button on it? I have to go over the video to get it out.
No, I'm going to tell you why. This is why I use my remote eject button, is because you sit down, you're in your chair, you don't want to get out of your chair, but you want to know what tape it is that you've left in the machine. You can't remember, you see. So you have to pop it out, and it comes out title. That's one of the most inspiring things about modern civilization, is that they put the title of the movie on the edge that comes out when you press eject.
That's brilliant. I never thought of that. I just kept thinking, I'll eject that, then I'll walk over and get it out. Wouldn't it be good if the eject button it just actually pushed it all the way out into your lap or something? Yeah. Or put it in a box and you can put
Wouldn't
it
it be good if there was a button on your remote that was just like the James Hound Dog button that told you whether the movie was good or shit before you watched it? You just have to put it in and press it and it'll go, good,
We
shit.
should market that.
No, straight away.
James will be into that one, I reckon. Now, 70s fashion's pretty big now.
Oh, they're back.
But people are still wearing Blundstones, not a 70s gear. Or maybe they are. There we go, we've got the Blundstones.
Got 'em.
Now, if we want really 70s gear, why don't we have the Barter Scouts with the compass in the bottom?
That's right.
Why don't they come back into fashion?
Ponytails for the girls, so boys are in black and girls in brown shoes.
That's
because
right.
that was the best thing about the 70s. You could always tell boys from girls. The other thing I miss
the only
about the
way you could
70s
tell,
was...
wasn't it?
The other thing I miss really about the 70s is, and I might have to get round to the front of the desk for a full-length shot to get the full value of this one, full-length shot. This was dancing in the 70s. In the 70s, you could just spend all night in the disco doing this, and girls would just go, wow, he's a really good dancer. Because it didn't matter. It was the 70s. The music was pretty crap anyway. You just had to do that. Now you've got to do, you know, much more complex stuff that involves moving around and taking more sophisticated drugs.
You know those Cossack dancers that came out here and they just got to sit down to dance?
That caught on. I think Boney M really were responsible for the spread of
Boney
Cossack
M writing
dancing.
their songs about criminals.
Yep.
Ma Baker and Rasputin.
Yep.
And what was it, Jack the Ripper one? That was beautiful. That was a big one.
You're a bit of a Boney M fan
Hey,
there.
Boney M. I've got every album. I've got the one album. It's got all the songs in it, though. But you know, like the Barter Scouts with the compass. Did you ever try that compass? It actually just didn't work.
Well,
like
mine
you pointed
busted.
it in.
I always thought it was a great irony that they would put a delicate instrument like a compass in the heel of your shoe, because I busted mine.
Well, mine came with the very compass that Captain Cook used to find Australia. Not true at all. Made that one up.
Oh, you would have had the ones with the buckle on instead of the laces then.
No, I couldn't tie my shoes up. No, I had like loafers then, with the compass in the bottom.
Loafers.
And a protractor in the back. Yeah, I get it. It's a joke. Anyway, now radio stations, they have the best hits of the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Now, there weren't that many great hits of all those years.
No.
The majority of most songs, or the most songs in that time, were crap. How come no radio stations actually play the crappiest songs of the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s?
I don't know, but I've got to say that I just can't hear enough Howard Jones on the radio now. That's one of the all-time great shitty stars of the 80s. Also, a particularly bad band you might remember called Black Lace.
Oh, yes.
England, who had a song called Agadoo. You don't hear that played on, you know.
Oh, sorry.
Shite FM would be good, I'd like to see.
Okay, we'll be starting that. James Hound Dog remote controls and Shite FM. They'll be
so
big.
Tune in.
So there you go. Now, we've just about finished. I think you've wasted everybody's time quite well enough. Thanks for coming in. Are you practising your comedy stylings anywhere around town at the moment?
No, I'm not. I'm just wasting people's time at random on street corners for the next few months.
So at least you've got a career. Okay, we'll do that. So we had a competition last week. Actually, you were supposed to write a cartoon about Schindler's List or Nature's Born Killers, but no one actually wrote in. Quite a difficult assignment, apparently. So we haven't got any winners. The winners from last week will be getting a prize, and we'll be presenting the car sometime in the future. Next week's competition. Come up with a quick competition for people to send in to next week. Thanks, Matt.
People should send in a competition and tell you which is their favourite spot to park in Russell Street.
That'll be a winner. We'll have thousands. We'll have to have a barrel for that.
That's my favourite one tonight.
All right, now you can actually want to enter that competition. Thanks, Andrea. Can you tell them where to send?
Yeah, send anything at all to Rastus, care of RMI TV, Post Office Box 12566, Beckett Street, Melbourne 3000.
Yeah, well, thanks, Andrea.
Just send anything to that address, including portable electric lighting that you may have lying around the home. Because it's
not very dark in here, is it?
Yeah.
We are actually in the subterranean area.
Yeah, I know that, but we're below ground here.
Yeah. All right, thanks for that. Thanks, Matt, for coming in.
Thanks.
And I'm not exactly sure where we're going to now. Are we going back to the band? Okay, we'll go back over there. Thanks, Kylie. Thanks very much, Matt.
Hello, it's Under Melbourne Tonight. Keep watching. Coming up next is Tony Biggs with his Stall of Taste sniffing his glove.
Good evening. Oh, the Fartosaurus must have piles or something.
Silent but deadly.
Yes, he's crook, which is just as well because I don't think he'll be needed tonight. Now, welcome to the show, coming to you from the set that was last used for Deadly Earnest, I think, judging by the lighting this evening. What a treat to see the great Brad Oakes on the show. My hero, the star of the greatest Australian ad ever, Jefferson Ford. I've never recovered from that ad, and I think a round of applause. Brad Oakes is a genius. To kick off the show tonight, I thought a quick quote from a great singer-songwriter named Butch Hancock, who's actually toured out here with a mate of his named Jimmy Dale Gilmore, and they were excellent. But just a quote of his, he says, "We grew up with two things pounded into our brains from the day we were born. One is God loves you, but he's going to send you to hell. The other is that sex is dirty and evil and nasty and filthy and sinful and bad and awful, and you should save it for the one you love." He's a fine songwriter. I'm looking forward to hearing the tune around that one. Now, this week, there's a great article, in fact, it might have even been this morning in The Age, I think it was by Patrick Smith, talking about how the MCG is going to have to change its name simply because you don't see any cricket there. What's got his little goat this time? Well, the fact that if Victoria do make the Shield final, and let's say it's against Queensland, because being a Queenslander, we don't believe the Sheffield Shield actually exists because we've never seen it. But just say they do make the final, it's going to be played not at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, but at the Junction Oval, because the Melbourne Cricket Ground over the three days at the end of March will be hosting the Rolling Stones. Now, I have heard, courtesy of the Hound Dog, the rumoured price for Stones tickets, $94 each. What can a poor boy do? He can't see those old farts. $94, my ass. So, tonight we're going to ignore overseas stuff. We're lucky enough to have 3 good bits of local stuff to look at tonight. Many of the songs you may have heard, but you may not have seen. And to kick us off, a great band. One of the best bands in this country, and you cannot classify them either. They're that good. And this is a bit of a goodies tribute from Spiderbait. Run.
What do you want? Come on, man, after you. Gonna chase you to the answer to you. I'm saying we're out of the blue. Gonna get you in the groove. Gonna look out what you want to. Run, run, run. Coming to get you. Run, run, run. I'm running all slow. About to let you go. Gonna chase you to the answer's grave.
Good, eh? They're a great band, Spiderbait, and it's good to see them using some imagination in the clip too, but try and catch them whenever you can because they're a fantastic live act. Okay, what else is happening this weekend? Lots on this weekend actually, but one thing I should mention is happening this Sunday. Now, for you interactive types. This is going on between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. this Sunday. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't in the light. It's a very attractive piece of work. But it's basically turn on. Did you get it? Yes. Turn on, tune in is what it's called. And what's going to happen is there's going to be computer-generated graphics, films and music being simulcast on this particular TV network, Channel 31, on 3RRR FM, on 3PBS, and you'll be able to tune into all those different places and see and hear all sorts of wonderful things for several hours. Musicians like Ollie Olsen and the various groups that he's involved with, and people like Cyber Data, Mandela, Don't Shoot the Messenger, our very own Don't Shoot the Messenger folk. They'll be putting the images to screen, and the music will be coming from all over the shop. So that'll be like The Last Fly in the Butchers. You just have to try and catch it. That's Sunday between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. That should be pretty wild. Take your medicine first. Okay, on to completely other matters. Another fine local outfit who haven't been around quite as long as Spider Bait, but they're making quite a name for themselves. This is the Veins and Not Nobody. Oh yes, he's got it together again because he didn't like the clip. The Fartosaurus liked the song, didn't like the clip. Cliched clip, all that epilepsy, and some people are just afraid to stand still, aren't they, and be seen for what they are. But I suppose the easiest way is go and see them live, and they can't get away from your viewpoint unless you want to. All right, this weekend, lots of good stuff on. Local bands. This is just my pick of the weekend. There is other stuff on, but personally, I'll be trying to get to every single one of these shows. Punters Club this weekend, 2 good nights. Friday night, the Mighty Hoss playing, and then Saturday night, the Welcome Matter in town. The Clouds are at the Prince of Wales on Friday night. Powder Monkeys, oh, great new CD of theirs. They're at the Tote on Saturday. Oh, Damaged and Womnall are playing at the reopened Corner Hotel. Go and check out the Corner and tell me what it's like. The Fireballs and Front End Loaded, that's a great double bill. Prince of Wales on Saturday night. The Painters and Dockers are at the Espy on Friday night, and if you tune in to Triple R tomorrow, I'll be filling in for Fiona Duncan, who's stuck down a lawn. So I'll be doing the show, and Colin from the Dockers will be popping in for a bit of a natter. That's my pick for the weekend. I hope you can make one of those shows. Support local music. And we'll leave you with one of our finest. Apparently they had a great time at the Big Push show at Luna Park last weekend, even if they had to finish a bit early. But I'll leave you with the Meanies and Gangrenous. See ya, Sign of the Cow.
And I want you to read along as we listen to the adventures of the Masters of the Universe. Get ready for a lot of fun and excitement. Now, let's start.
The Meanies with Gangrenous there, bringing up the tail end of Tony Biggs' Sniffing the Glove segment. We're just about out of... Well, we're way out. Well, we're over time. We're over time. We've run out of time. We're winding it up now. Look at Freddo, isn't he cute? I reckon if I kiss him, he'll turn into a prince. I'll do that after the show, though. Now, it only remains for me to thank everyone who's been a part of this thing that we call Under Melbourne Tonight. I've got to thank Brad Oakes for coming in. I've got to thank Carlos and Keely. I've got to thank Kylie. I've got to thank Dr. Andy. I've got to thank Matt Parkinson for coming in and helping Rastus to waste everybody's time. I've got to thank Andrea, our fox in the box. I thank Hans. I thank Justin. I thank Steve. I thank Superior Butcher. Have I left out anyone? God. Oh, thank God. Okay, that's it. We'll be back same time, 9:30 Thursday, back on 31. Don't know about you. I've got a thirst. You could photograph. I'm going for a drink. Thanks very much. I've been Stephen Hall. Goodbye.
Under Melbourne Tonight's been brought to you by an awful lot of very clever people. Keep reading and remember who they are. See you next week.